This is a short one pose sequence where I believe the pose is technically called bridge pose. It's a combination of bridge and shoulder stand. It's basically an upper back bend where we create a bed for ourselves out of props and then we lay down on them, which is just really the whole point of restorative, is to make little beds for ourselves and try to rest in different positions. This is Christian. He's going to be our yogi model today. And I recommend at minimum the amount of pillows. This really depends on how long your pillows are. So we are using 2 bolsters. And the bolsters are as wide as you see there. So you want something to be able to hold from your shoulders all the way down, all the way down, all the way down until you get to your feet. So that 2, maybe more. And then I'm going to use 3 blankets. You could get away with 1. And then I'm going to use a strap as well that I've tied up into a loop. Okay. So let me show you the pose, and you can decide what pieces of this you want to use, and then you can put us on pause and grab your props and set yourself up. Okay, so Christian, let's have you please take those 2 pillows and put them stacked one in front of the other, making yourself a nice long bed here. Yeah. See, so he's putting them right up next to each other because his body is on this. So you're going to feel any creases that are happening. I also might take this tab that's on the bolster and face it that direction. This is kind of a mystery pose to him. So we're going to surprise him. I'm facing the tabs this way because his feet are going to be facing that way. And I'm going to actually put them pretty close to the wall so that maybe his feet can touch the wall. We'll see how this works out. Okay, so then on top of that, I have a blanket that I'm taking from this length and opening it up once, maybe twice, opening it up so that it's as long as my pillow bed. And then I'm just going to spread it out over it. Okay, spreading it out, smoothing it out, and making it so the bed is a little bit, you're kind of filling in that crease between the pillows. Okay. Got to make sure that the top, your shoulders are going to end up here. So we got to make sure that the top is kind of tucked in. So again, you're going to feel every single thing that's underneath you. So you want everything as smoothed out as possible. Unfortunately, our blanket is not being very helpful today. So I'm just kind of rolling it underneath. There we go. Okay. And then at the top, I'm going to take a blanket that's fairly thin and place it right above the bolsters. So his shoulders are going to be here. Shoulders, arms, head. And then this is going to go over him, and this is going to go around his thighs. So will you please sit on this bolster and take 1 foot to the left and 1 foot to the right. You're in a squat on the bolster, sitting, facing the wall. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And then from there, he's going to roll back and try to get the bottom edge of his shoulder blades to the edge of the bolster. So the bolster is pushing his chest into an opening. Yes. And there is a little bit of tucking the shoulder blades underneath, which you see him doing. So he's trying to slide the shoulder blades in and under slightly. Okay. And then you do that initially just to kind of get the skin and muscles out of the way so that you can just let the bolster do that afterward. So now he's letting go. He's taking his arms out wide to the sides, just at a height that feels comfortable for you. And you're looking for this kind of release here, release in the armpit, release in the upper back. Okay. How are you doing so far?
I'm doing great.
Okay. And the legs want to relax here. So that's why I think that the strap can be really nice. Sometimes tying yourself up is not a soothing addition to the pose, so feel free to omit it. Okay, you could, can you please bend your knees? You could do this option where you take your feet onto the floor outside of your mat and stay right there. Especially if you have any low back tension, you might hang there for a little bit. Or can you please lift one foot and then please lower and lift the other foot? Okay, and then work your legs straight onto the prop again. Okay, so I'm taking the strap and I'm putting on mid-thigh on kind of a fleshy part. Can you lift your right leg a tiny bit? There we go. Thank you. And I'm making sure, and then come back into it. And just let your legs roll out a little bit. And then I'm taking the buckle knot against his skin, so it's in between the legs, and the strap is holding his legs on top of this narrow bed that he has made for himself. Okay? So maybe you can see his feet are just turned out. That's his natural opening of his legs. He has your low back is, how is it doing?
It's pretty good.
Okay. So if it's not feeling so hot, you could furthermore bend your knees one more time for me, just a little bit. You could put a roll. Can you please try that? How is this?
That feels good.
Is that better? Or?
Oh, I like it.
Okay. You could put a roll underneath your knees. You could put a blanket over the top of your body for warmth. Some of the particular enjoying aspects of these restorative poses, and part of what helps your nervous system to release is darkness, warmth, and just feeling fully supported by your props, by your space, by your just the general ambiance that you're in. So set the whole thing up for yourself and understand that it's not just the props that you're working with. Okay, so he's going to lay here for a few minutes, and I'm going to walk you through this kind of guided visualization journey that that allows you to get into this space of feeling heart centered, of just feeling fully you and into this energy center that represents compassion. And so once you get into the pose, take a deep breath in, please. And then a slow release through pursed lips. And then take another breath like that. You're exhaling through your lip straw to smooth out the exhale and allow your body to settle in just by breathing. And you can do that a few times more, or you can let it go when you're ready. And as you start to settle in and allow yourself to be held by these props, then you can notice your body just sitting here, laying here, resting here. Notice the different areas where you might feel more or less stimulation. Notice where your breath is moving freely. Notice where it is stuck. Acknowledge what is on your mind and understand that it will probably repeat at some point over the course of this posture. So that's fine. So what we will do is we'll just kind of let it come in and let it flow out. not resisting it, just inviting it to leave. Let your eyes roll down and back. Let your body sink in just a little bit further. Feel the center of your chest moving with your breath. As though the wind is just blowing through your chest, clearing out anything that might make it feel stuck. Imagine yourself running. Imagine yourself running through this big, wide field where all you can see is that field. You're running with glee. You have a breeze in your face. What is the temperature of that wind? What is in the field? What time of day is it? Is it light? Is it dark? Paint a picture. And then stop running. Stop right in the middle of it all and just breathe and take it in. And see yourself slowly sitting down and then slowly laying down in that very field right in the middle of it. How high are the plants in the field? Are they covering you? Are you in a little fort made of nature? Are you in a clearing? How does the ground feel underneath you? Is it soft? Is it cool? Is it scratchy? Notice your body sinking into that natural setting just a little bit deeper, sinking into the ground. And again, you feel that breeze rushing over you, but this time it's a little softer than before. This time it's a little warmer than before. It brings a smile to your face. It feels nice. And then you notice that breeze is deepening your breath. That breeze and your breath become one. Moving in, moving out, moving across, moving through. Moving in each direction. As you lay there, you find that you drifted off for a moment, but then you come back and notice this sensation. Realize that it's just an ant, just an ant going on its own little journey over your body, and you don't meddle. You just feel the sensation moving around, the sensation of having a nervous system responding to your surroundings. And then again, you feel the ground underneath you, and you allow yourself to sink in again. And receive any of the other sensations that are coming up. Letting that breeze bring thoughts in and carry them out. Letting your body rest so that you may clear your mind. And you notice maybe you drifted off again. And then you take that wake up breath, that deep inhale, and then release the exhale. And then you feel your body here in the space that you're in. And you acknowledge the temperature and the texture of your props and your floor. And you blink the eyes softly open and just lazily gaze around, noticing shapes and colors. Rock your head, please, side to side. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if it feels nice for you, stretch your arms up and over your head. Take another deep breath. Now begin to bend your knees. If you have a strap there, you're going to wiggle your feet back piece by piece. Little heel toe movement. And then step one foot on the right side and one foot on the left side. Put your feet on the floor and let your whole body roll over to the side. All the way into a fetal position, curled up. And slowly lift your way up into a seat. Maybe sit up on those props that you set up for yourself. Join your palms together and take a moment to just embrace this sensation that you created by resting. Namaste.